Hello and thank you for watching this video. Today I'm going to show you how easy it is to run a performance or load test from a public cloud using CloudTest. How cool is that? So what you're looking at here is CloudTest. If you're familiar with CloudTest Lite, which is our free version of our offering, allowing you to run load and performance test up to 100 virtual user on your local machine. This is CloudTest, same web-based interface, real-time analytics, everything you got in CloudTest Lite. Obviously you got it in CloudTest, but what you get in addition is the access to cloud environment, whether it's public or private. And today I'm going to show you how easy it is to interact with that cloud environment for your performance test. So we're going to test our SOASTA store, which is our e-commerce demo website. Very simple. People browse for book, they interact on forum. Very simple application. I already have a composition ready. Showing you user behavior. So people are going to browse on that website, they're going to hit the home page, they're going to search for book, and they're going to post on forum. So what I'm going to show you is how to run that particular test on the cloud. The first thing I need to do is to set up a cloud environment, which is called a grid in CloudTest world. I'm going to give it a name, so grid for video. Going to click on next. Here I'm going to tell CloudTest how many server I need, the location of those server, the type of those server. So for that particular test, I want to run a distributed test from 4 locations in the world: the US, West Coast, East Coast, Europe, and Asia. So I'm going to want 1 server on the East Coast. I'm going to want 1 server on the where is it? West Coast. Here it is. 1. Add a location. We're going to add Europe, and we're going to add Singapore. Automatically, we also gonna spawn 1 result server, and that result server, that's our analytics server, responsible to gather, aggregate, combine all the performance data coming from the application and the infrastructure. So I've declared my 8 server, 4 test server, 4 result server. I can change the server type if I want. By default here it's EC2 large, but it can be high memory XL, quadruple, double, CPU XL, all the server type Amazon offer. So I'm done with my grid. It's not deployed yet. I only deploy grid when I need it. Right? So here I'm actually ready to run my test. So I'm going to deploy those instances. So 4 location, so 4 test server and 4 result server. The cool thing about CloudTest, here what you're seeing is an automatic deployment. So we have integrated all cloud provider API within the product. So EC2, Azure, Microsoft Azure, IBM Cloud, Rackspace, GoGrid, so that you don't have to deal with manual provisioning of your server. I don't have to go to Amazon console to manually launch my server, which can be quite a difficult task when you want to spawn 20 server, 50 server, 100 server. You don't want to do that manually. You want a mechanism, an automatic mechanism, and CloudTest offer you that. Here it's allocating all the server I need for that particular environment. What's cool about it is that if you get error, connection timeout, connection error, if anything goes wrong, CloudTest is automatically going to retry until it gets those servers up and running in good health for you to run your test. So I don't have to spend time on that particular thing. We'll go back a bit later. What I need to do on my composition is pick and choose the location for those clips to be executed. As you can see here, I have a drop down that allow me to choose the location I want to use. So here I have a lot of location that I can use. Rackspace, Azure, IBM Cloud, EC2. But I have an EC2 grid, so I'm going to use EC2, East Coast, West Coast, Europe, and Singapore. Okay, so I'm going to run those 4 tests on those 4 locations. I think I'm done on my composition. I'm going to save it. Okay, I'm going to go back to my grid. It's not ready yet. So as you can see here, as I was saying, I mean, I'm getting hair here on some of them. So CloudTest is retrying until it get all those servers up and running. I mean, here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's accelerating. So I only have 1 problem now with one of the server here, connection refuse, and I don't really care. I mean, I know that CloudTest is going to retry until it get those server up and running for me, which is cool. I can get some metrics on those server that are up. So here, you know, allocation time, pending time, busy time, all type of statistic. I can change some settings for those server, the allocation block size, the retry count, retry delay. There's a whole bunch of advanced setting that you can set. I'm not gonna do that here because I want to keep it simple. So here I'm actually done allocating. I mean, CloudTest, I'm not doing anything. CloudTest is done allocating all those servers. What it's doing now, it's starting the monitoring for those 8 servers because you might want to check on those servers as you generate load or get results. You want to check on those servers to make sure everything is fine. And when it's done, it tells you, you know, the grid is ready. And here, my grid is up and running. I have 1 server, actually 2 servers in no location, 1 test server and 1 result server. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to start my test. What happened when I start my test here, it's the same thing as when you run your test on CloudTest Lite. On CloudTest Lite, all the clips are going to be executed, you know, locally. Here, CloudTest is going to deploy that composition and those clips on those specific locations. So the browsing scenario is going to be executed from the East Coast. The home page scenario is going to be executed from the West Coast, etc. So it's the same thing as CloudTest Lite, but here you're able to leverage public cloud and specifically here EC2. So that's your dashboard that you're familiar with if you use CloudTest Lite. Same thing, real-time analysis that you get in front of you. What you also got is the monitoring summary, which is what I've showed in a previous video, which is very simple to set up and put in place. So it tells me, you know, the CPU percentage of my of the server hosting the website, per process CPU percentage, the process count, all the performance metric coming back from the infrastructure, which is very important. And what I got also, I added a dashboard which gives you a graphical interface of that test. So here the target is our website, the SOASTA store. It's located in Seattle in Washington State. And here we can see our 4 servers, West Coast, East Coast, Europe, and Singapore, hitting the website with the particular traffic that we've defined in the composition. I can click on each of these servers and get individual response time for this location. That's very important for some of our customers that wants to replicate. Not only they want to replicate a global traffic, but they want to understand, you know, the response time and the performance metrics when people hit the website coming from this location, because they might want to optimize a specific location for a particular event. For example, an e-commerce site might want to have a special offer for East Coast customer, and so on the D-Day they want to make sure that the performance of the website is optimized for East Coast customer. So that's why they want to test, for example, 80% of the traffic is going to come from the East Coast and the rest from the rest of the world. And they want to make sure that those response time are really, really good for those East Coast customer. I have the same type of information here on my summary dashboard. So that's my average response time. Aggregated view, I would say, from all location, and I can split by location here and get a detailed view. I can filter them out. So if I'm only interested by, monitoring Europe and US East, I can do that, just doing that. And as you can see, obviously, well, we can see that Europe, the response time from Europe is spiking a little bit, and the East Coast obviously is better because, well, it's closer to the website on that particular case, and there is no CDN. It's a very, very simple web environment. So that's it. I mean, we're testing from the cloud, from multiple locations. I got 4 locations. I could test from 28 locations. That's what SOASTA offered today. So very easy to set up. You just declare a grid, you spawn your server automatically, and you use them. What you want to do is when you're done with your test campaign, I would say, if I test for a day on those multiple locations, I'm going to stop my test here. What you want to make sure that you do is that you tear down your environment, right? Your cloud environment. And again, it's completely automatic. Here I just click on tear down instances, and CloudTest is going to kill those servers for me. There you go. And it's very fast. Grid terminated. And here I'm done for my grid. When I want to use it again, I just deploy the grid. And that's super easy. So what's interesting is we're seeing more and more customer creating their test and testing up to 100 virtual users using CloudTest Lite, right, on their local machine. And when they're ready to scale, when they want to see how their website is going to scale with the same type of scenario, they give those scenarios to us, and we execute those scenarios on our global cloud. And so if you're interested by doing that, just send me an email, fberinger@soasta.com, and I'll be happy to help you look at your scenario and help you run those tests on our global cloud, whether it's EC2 or Azure or GrowGrid or Rackspace, whatever you choose. Some customer have some preference. So that's up to you. So hope you enjoyed that video. Hope that was informative, and hopefully I'll see you for my next video. I'll see you soon. Bye.